Hi everybody, I am gonna take a little time to just give you an update on myself and Shanghai and living here. It is February 8th right now. So confusing. And so as of tomorrow, I'll have lived in my apartment for 1 month. And then 10 days from tomorrow, I'll have been in Shanghai for 3 months. And that's pretty crazy to think about. As you all know, I left on December 18th to arrive in Shanghai on December 19th. And I signed my contract with Disney on December 20th. So that was my official start date with the company. Woohoo! I have been to the Shanghai Disney Park 4 times. Is that right? Sounds right. So the most recent was on February 4th. That was the Chinese New Year Eve. After that, our passes are blocked for a little bit for the Chinese New Year holiday. I'm only allowed 12 visits a year into the Shanghai Park on my employee pass. So I've used 2 of those. So saving the rest. But I've had a really good time here. Upon arrival, I didn't really meet anybody my first day, but the next day we all had to go get our medical stuff and sign our contracts and everything. So that's when I met the rest of the onboarders. And got to know a few of them. And then we started our process of training, but it was interesting because they handled it completely different than how they handle other trainings. So our training took a lot longer. We essentially visited our centers a lot more and then ended up meeting up with the January group when they arrived and finishing up our training with them. So that was interesting. I love my center. I work at the Dahua Center. So the apartment that I found has 2 roommates, Kaylee and Austin. We found a 3-bedroom. It costs us 9,500 kwai a month. And we actually got that 1,000 kwai cheaper than when we first looked at it. So it kind of paid off to wait. So we got that apartment. We had to pay 2 months deposit and a month rent. Our rent is due on the 9th of every month. So we're doing really well. Still trying to figure out stuff here. The internet is paid for a year, and according to one of the realtors, there is slow and very slow. So our internet is not the best, which is why this is not a live video. It's a recording. It's just really hard to do stuff live because of the buffering and everything, but we'll see if we can make it happen later on. And trying to think, I've done a lot, but mainly I've been a homebody because school started. So I am still working on my master's degree with Gray School of Theology. And so thankfully I have 2 classes the first half of the semester and 2 classes the second half of the semester. Please keep me in prayer because I'm not doing well in one of the classes. I don't know why I'm not doing well, but I'm not. So keep me in prayer. But I think everything's going fine. Culture shock is no joke. There have been a few times I've wanted to just jump on a plane and come home. Thankfully, Jesus is with me and I'm able to stick it out and get through the loneliness and the culture shock. I was able to explore some of Shanghai this week because we are on our Chinese New Year break. Mine ends a couple days earlier than everyone else's because I volunteered to work Saturday and Sunday. Otherwise, I wouldn't be going back to the center until Monday, but I actually go back tomorrow. But I was able to go to the Bund finally. And we tried to go to the gardens, but they were crazy busy, so I'll probably check that out when I get one of my normal days off, and it won't be all packed out with people because of the holidays. So, the Shanghai Disney Park is pretty amazing. The Pirates ride is awesome. That's pretty much one of the only rides I go on. It's really bad. I tend to just show up there, walk around, go on Pirates and leave, and eat. They have a lot of interesting food there. Donald Duck is the big thing here, so, oh no, it's really dangerous for me. But I'm really trying to branch out and try new things and meet new people. I spend most of my time with Kaylee if I'm out and about. But I've hung out with other people as well. But I'm trying to stretch that. I am unable at this point to find a church because most of the English-speaking ones have their services Sundays in the afternoon, and I work Sundays. So I've reached out to one church, and I'm trying to see if there are things going on in the week that I could possibly connect with, or if they can connect me with other believers that I could at least have coffee with. So please be praying with me, or for me, and with me, that I find some connections to help me with my walk, because at this point I have not found any. But I am looking forward to God opening some doors. And in Shanghai, most apartments do not have dryers, so we have to hang our clothes to let them dry. This hasn't been a horrible thing. I've managed to do pretty well. Thankfully, I didn't pack a lot of clothes. I actually didn't realize how few I packed until I got here. Finding my size here is challenging, but we did have a big ball shortly after I arrived. It was about 2 weeks. The Disney English company had a ball, and I had a dress specifically tailored for me. Shortly after that, when I went to pick it up, I had another dress tailored. And that's what I wore when I visited the Shanghai park on the 4th to celebrate Chinese New Year. So it was really exciting. On the 5th, my roommate and I went with one of her coworkers to watch the Dragon Parade and the Lion Blessing in downtown Disney, or Disney Town as it's called. And so I was really blessed to experience that because Shanghai doesn't do any festivals or things like that here to celebrate the New Year. Not like we'd expected. You think fireworks are supposed to be a big deal here? They're not. Same old fireworks, nothing spectacular. The people are nice to an extent, but they don't believe in lines. So if that's going to be something that bothers you, just prepare for it because they just don't believe in lines. It's pretty crazy. They'll just go right in front of you. The metro is pretty awesome. My apartment is about a 10-minute walk from a metro station. This metro station has lines 3, 4, and 7. 4 is the only circular route that goes in a circle. All the rest just go everywhere. Shanghai is constantly adding metro lines. I think we're going to have like 3 or 4 more lines open this year, which is amazing. So I have to get on either 3 or 4, and I go 1 stop, and then I get off, and I transfer to line 7, and I go 2 stops, and then I walk for about 15 to 20 minutes to get to my center. I leave my apartment with at least an hour to get there. I tend to arrive at my center maybe 15 to 10 minutes before I'm supposed to be there. So that's good. Since my hours are a little different, I don't deal with rush hour, and I'm gonna tell you, rush hour is pretty intense. That's the actual, you get pushed in and pushed out of the train kind of stuff. So it's great to experience it, but I would rather not have to do it every day. The last couple days being out and about, we've seen a lot of crowds, and it can be very anxiety producing to deal with so many people. Shanghai is a very large city, highly populated. I'm hoping in the next few months to make a couple trips. I definitely want to go to Beijing and see the Great Wall, which is my biggest dream. I want to go to Hong Kong, and I definitely want to head out to Japan at some point. Trying to think of things to tell you. Trying not to keep this video too long. I'm going to be throwing some photos in, so I'm trying to keep it short, so I'm not overwhelming you all with Juliness and a long amount of talking. But I just want to thank you all for your encouragement. I can't express in words how much it means to know that people are praying for me and thinking of me over there. Since I'm still facing homesickness and dealing with culture shock, as you can feel or tell from me tearing up here, it's really difficult to think about people, because then I get really sad. But I think everything is going to go great here. Continue to go great. I did pass my probation, so I'm officially a Disney employee. Not like I really wasn't before, but my LLD had me do my observations before Chinese New Year, which freaks everybody else out because they haven't even done theirs yet. So he just pushed me through and got my probation passed, which is great. So just be praying for me, like I said, about making those Christian connections and also connecting with the others in my center and the other expats as I meet them. I really appreciate all of you, and I love you all, and I just hope that you're all doing well. I'm still on Facebook. I just can't see things as often as normal. So I tend to see them really early in the morning your time, and so I apologize if I respond and it's 2 a.m. there. But otherwise, just feel free to message me. Keep liking my photos. That makes me feel good. And just keep me in prayer. And I really pray that you all are blessed as you continue to serve Christ. And I look forward to seeing you all again. God bless you and have a beautiful, beautiful day.